Welcome back everyone, Meanpooh here, and this is just a quick update concerning the release of Red Dead Redemption 2 for the PC. We all know that the launch of the game on consoles was nicely received, but when it was time for PC, we were met with a multitude of problems. Some couldn't get it to boot while others could barely run the game at all. If you had a 1080 Ti or a 2080 or anything in between there, you were okay. But those of us with something like a 1050 Ti or a GTX 970 or an RX 570, we had problems. Compared to the minimum requirements that consisted of the following: an Intel i5-2500 or an AMD FX 6300. They want you to have 8 GB of system memory and a GPU such as the GTX 770, which only has 2 GB of memory, or a Radeon R9 280, which has 3 GB of memory. And those are the minimums. So the 1050 Ti should have been able to run on high settings no problem, but unfortunately that's not the case and the game is a mess. So that's what I wanted to hit on. I've always said that Rockstar would try and fix the problem since this is a big release. And they are trying, it's just been slow. With the original in-game benchmark, you can see that the minimum FPS is just barely a frame. And the max FPS is just too high and it's probably accessing a blank screen or something. The FPS going from performance to quality is 31 and under. The next decent patch, which is 1.14, really made a difference because we do see some gains. We acquired 12 on the performance end, 4 FPS for balanced, and just barely 1 on the quality setting. When I tested with this patch, I experienced a stutter here and there, but nothing that would distract me from the game. It was also noticeable in the benchmark from time to time. Patch 1.16 seems like they fixed the stutter issue. It is completely gone for me using the 1050 Ti. I have ran plenty of in-game benchmarks just to make sure, and it seems like it's really have been fixed. Rockstar also has gotten the min and max FPS under control, and they are now full frames and not looking like spikes. For example, in patch 1.14, min was 0.17 while the max was 69. In patch 1.16, min was fixed to 22, which is a more realistic number, while the max was 41. This is more true as I've never seen my max FPS hit 69 while playing, but I did see 40 or so using those settings. When I played the single player, it did seem like it was more stable than before. Along with this latest patch, I didn't see any performance gains except on the quality end, which was around 2 FPS. Lastly, I ran a benchmark for the settings that the consoles would have used along with some gameplay. Minimum FPS was 20, maximum was 48, and the average FPS was 34. You can see the benchmark and settings if you watch long enough. If you are not set on 60 FPS and you don't mind being in the high 30s, this is the way to play. No stutters or anything. And I have to stress that because stutters in a game is just, it makes the game unplayable. With the release of this latest patch, I was hoping for a boost, but we got stability instead. I'm going to be optimistic that Rockstar will still come through for us PC gamers, because looking at those minimum requirements, this is ridiculous. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Meanpooh out.
I'm alone.
Well, would you look at this?
Get away from me.
Hey, get yourself out of there.
What the hell?
And you're... As fine as that.
All about time I made.
Howdy, mister.
How you been? Oh, you shucks.
Come, please, take a pamphlet and learn how you can save the white race.
Hello.
Read one of my pamphlets. I explain the exact difference between the races.
You needed this
Real
story?
science.
I'll have one.
Vulgar and depressing thing in all creation. Mingling.
Hello there.